it creamy now. We're spreading on. Oh yeah. We're spreading on. Keep it creamy now.
All right, hello, everybody. It's a pretty cool day. We've got Prophetic Visions on TCO now. Oh, we just lost our game. Yeah, I've only gotten to play this set twice now at our locals, and really not sure how I feel about it yet. There's some really kind of crazy stuff. Like the disruption is a thing. But with it being on TCO and I've got a night off, we're just gonna jam some games, see what we can do. We're playing Phlox'em, Who Sabotages the Weird. This is my name deck from this release, and I just realized we don't have any music. I'll get that going after. Eddy of Dis, I think, is a pretty annoying one. They've also got the Life Ward. I don't think we have too much as far as artifact control. 1 second. This doesn't seem like the worst. I'd love one more Logos creature, I think. So maybe we play these first. Honestly, don't mind putting both of these as fate effects. One thing I'm noticing on TCO really fast is it's so easy to just click end turn before actually putting something under a fate effect. Okay, so we've played 2 creatures of different houses. Yeah, Someone's not going to activate for a little bit. I was going to go these guys, but I think we actually go Logos here. We don't have much Amber, so we don't need to play this. Maybe we do just play these guys. Let's go. Yeah, we'll go Redemption. We'll get the Brass Klein out, and then we'll throw this guy under Treat Each Action. Pretty nice one if they play 2 actions, you just get to purge them right away unless one of them recurs or shuffles stuff. So it's not bad under the playing creatures one, so we'll see. I don't know. This deck is kind of interesting. It seems like it has a decent amount of disruption and a decent amount of, well, some creature control. Maybe not quite enough. But I mean, one of the things I've noticed with this set is if you get your Logos going, Eddy of Dis is just the worst, but that one actually got a really good one for me. This fair game could really hurt, though. So much Amber off of that. House Pips especially just make that brutal. Forgive or Forget getting discarded there. So we might actually just ZYX research that right off the bat here. Can I stop this key? I'll have to hit with the parallel thinking. Fall Guy. One Last Job and Cursed Loot. None of those have fate effects, so shouldn't be anything too scary there. And then after I fight, can't actually kill this Carrion Worm, so I don't know if it's worth it. Let's just go Logos here. We're going to, I think start with the parallel thinking. No, sorry. I want to 0ix research for top of discard pile, get the forget back. And they hit us with evasive maneuvers, that's fine. I wonder if I actually need to hold that. We're gonna parallel thinking their deck. We do get the steal 2, get 2 creatures. There's not much point in playing the Code Monkey here, so we're just gonna discard it. Oh, sorry, and we're gonna do this. This is gonna be a little bit slow as we're learning all of this and just getting used to even what the deck wants to do. But this will stop them from readying cards after they play a creature, so not too bad there. Those Addies, though, those hit me so bad last night when we were playing locals. Speaking of things that hit real hard when playing at locals, Shadows also did quite the number on me. Okay, so Curse Loot, Treachery after you play a card, discard a random card from your hand. If you have no cards in your hand, discard First Loot. Beautiful. We do have the Forgive and Forget, so we can get some stuff back just in case. Probably Fate first too, just to try and... Well, it depends on what we actually want to play. I think this deck, though, does not get many... Damage. Doesn't gain a lot of amber unless it can build a board. So if they're able to keep doing board stuff, we're going to be in trouble. Oh, they got the archives. See, he knows the Forgive and Forget is in there, but okay, there's the Poised Strike, so they can't ready cards this turn, but that doesn't really matter on a Shadow's turn, I don't think. Yeah, they play the Forgive and Forget. I mean, Invasive Maneuvers is fine. It's good creature control, especially against Logos. Trying to think why we only got to purge one card. Oh, they must have triggered it before they played their second action, or before they resolved it. I think the timing on that is maybe a little bit weird. Oh, it's really weird. Yeah, so it's never actually going to purge. So if you put that under there, it's never going to purge the card that is under, or that is the second action. I don't love that. Okay, so we can kill this Shadows board. They will get the steal one. I don't think there's anything we can do about that. We just need to play enough to get rid of this thing. Let's go this here. Let's go ahead and throw another one of those under there. We'll do the Infinity Strop first. We're going to turn Carrion Worm to their hand. And, ooh, we get to keep some this stuff. Nice. We're going to get the Wormhole Tech down first. And we lose. Lose the Scorpion, so we still don't get to get rid of the hand. But at least deal with a good chunk of their board. And the one last job being gone is really big there for how much shadows they have. They're not going to be able to fight, but that's not a huge deal here. This is more just getting rid of cards. So next turn we go Redemption. We have a pretty good shot of clearing our hand because of the house pips. So this deck is really cool. Just for a PV deck, it has like 6 house pips, which I think is a lot. Okay, Crystalline Harvest. It's time to play in action. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Let's see. We know what is in their archives. Arachnoid and fair game. So we don't want to hit that with the parallel thinking. Oh my gosh, not that we're going to stop this key anyways. Um, okay, we've got to deal with this rat pixie. I guess we can throw it on top of the deck, although it is a playability. Oh, but we get to put it there and then we can mill it with the parallel thinking. Okay, so let's do that. What? I don't understand why that's highlighted. That's not getting triggered. Throw that back. Discard the parallel thinking. Oh my goodness. This set. And of course, we discard only redemption cards, so we don't get to get rid of our curse loot. I should have put something under a fate here, but I don't think it matters at this point. If they have one more good hand of stuff, we're pretty much toast. We have no amber control at the moment. That's not true. We've got Grave Bounty. That's some amber control. But we did forget to put a prophecy down. We should have probably thrown this Blood Shard Imp under there because that's not really doing much for us anyways. So we know they have the one that makes us capture 2 from our own side. All right, nice. Infinity Strop isn't killing anything. It's got a lot of amber, though. Poltergeist, their ritual. Doesn't matter. So we've got to assume this is the one that puts 2, makes us capture 2 from our own side. But I don't know if there's anything we can do about that. I really probably need to play this tryhard here. Oh my goodness. I mean, they also hit, what was it, like 5 amber off of the first fair game? So they've got Life Ward, Urchin. Oh no, they discard Life Ward. They've got Urchin from Serenity, Persistence Hunting, and Envious Venomite. Okay. Make them lose some amber so we don't lose the game immediately. We'll go ahead and just get rid of this vial. We'll reap here. Gets us another vial. Awesome. If we don't play creatures, they don't capture. And then next turn, hopefully we can play creatures without any amber because we have maybe forged. I forgot to put a prophecy under again. Dang it. That's going to be the hardest thing on TCO, or really just with the set in general. Just, there's so much muscle memory. These aren't like the best prophecies anyways. They already shuffled, so I kind of missed. Have they even shuffled? Yeah, they shuffled. They might have done an effect to shuffle. I missed that window. I mean, I don't have great prophecies anyways. We never got. No, they've got the urchin. Yeah. Brass Klein, you can't fight again. Can Merkins my archives. That doesn't really help you. But I have to play a creature now to even stop the key, so. If they had a Merkins first, we would have gotten that key. Dang it. That's frustrating. We can stop this key without playing creatures. Okay. Let's go redemption here. Take the archives. Let's go ahead and put this under here. Vial. I guess if we discard. We didn't discard the genetic. Okay. I think we have to kill the eye for an eye here since they have this as a house. Oh, we've got skirmish. Awesome. So we didn't even lose our creature. We still have this though. Now we might be cooked. There's 0 more amber control left. I think we needed this fade earlier for sure, but that untamed turn, it really wasn't even like a crazy amount of burst. This thing was awful. I don't like it at all. But the random stuff in this set is going to be really difficult to not get tilted about because there's just a lot of it and it's super impactful. More shadows. If they have more steel here, we're in trouble, but they could have just drawn into one last job. I would definitely. You could probably just play the hawk at this point. All you need is a lot of amber. Yeah. Oh, awesome. I just gave them a steal also. That's fun. I mean, yeah, there's 0 amber control left. How many cards do I get to draw here? Just 3. I don't have any amber control logos. Oh no, I get to draw 4. While I won't capture 2 from my own side because oh, it wasn't that disc creature. What the heck? Hmm. Okay, yeah, so we got nothing. Yeah, that artifact is crazy. Oh, J. Philippeg, just gonna run us over. That's fine. We need to know. We need to know how good it is, right? Ah. just got to remember to actually play them. More evasive maneuvers. Miasma. It's got the hoodwink. So we're kind of on a disruption bent. Early tryhard's not bad. Double parallel thinking kind of really sucks though. That is a terrible starting hand. It might just be prophecy tryhard, be done. It's probably tryhard then prophecy actually. Okay. Yeah, because now we can put that under there. What do we discard here? Nothing amazing. I mean, this is a really good creature control. Two actions. I don't think we're playing two actions here, though. I wouldn't mind the display just to clear this Sanctum Reap, and then we can archive it. Put this guy under. Actually, let's do this one. It's a Sanctum, right? Not Redemption. Let's do... How much recursion do they have? I don't know that there's a lot in this set outside of Tame. Let's do Breskline. I think he's a decent creature protection, but if I can keep this thing like from getting a fight, that might be helpful. I mean, skirmish splash tag 1, not really a big deal, so maybe that wasn't useful. Okay. I mean, we lose some amber, but that's definitely not the worst here. Logo's turn should be pretty solid. Ooh, that in shadows is pretty nice. Oof, gift of amber. I think we just mill them here with the parallel thinkings to try and hit that card. We do have the treat each action as your last, so we maybe want to be careful about that. So we'll draw first. Lose a third, rounded down. Okay. We're gonna do opponent's deck. Don't get anything. Harmonic Ritual's not bad. Oh my goodness. All right, well, we didn't hit the Shadows card we wanted to hit, and we also didn't steal anything, so guess we'll just pack it up. Fights that try hard is interesting. I guess don't want to reap when this is on the board. Burnish, Nickels. Do you have another damage pip? You do. So there goes that Infernus. So that's going to come back down. Some decent targets here. Yikes. You can Merc into my archives. I don't know that that's the worst. I'm okay with you taking some chains here. Sadly, I just don't think this deck is going to be quite quite competitive. What is the name deck? So you gotta try, right? I'm gonna have one thing here, but we'll go ahead and do it anyways. Okay, now we probably do our dis turn. You know how you beat Shadow Stealing? Just don't have any Amber. It's so easy. Same with Sanctum. If you don't have any Amber, what are they gonna do? Infinity Strops on the Salve. Strug. Nothing to lose here. They will have to destroy a creature. They probably just hit the Merkins. Ooh, they hit the... Oh, that's off the play effect. Okay. Yeah, they hit the Merkins. Do an ask again later. So we'll go dis. Let's see. I think we're looking for some Sanctum. Ha! Don't have any Amber. This is the best way around all of this Amber control. Oh, so we did lose our damage here for the Strop. So I think we actually fight here. Which is a little sad. But I would just like to kind of be done with. Oh, shoot. Forgot to do a Fate. Man, that's going to just kill me. Also, probably shouldn't have played this because they've got Strops. Yeah, they have one left. But if we can keep Eye for an Eye alive, we have a shot. And again, I think he's holding a hand of shadows to steal stuff that we don't have. It's actually not a ton of steal outside of the Hoodwink. What does Evasive Maneuvers do again? Yeah, it's just the creature control. Burnished Nickels is nice if you have the combos for it. Which, with a Dispip, or a Shadows Pipped Infernus, is not bad. Takes out the Scowly Caper. Alright. I think we're fine with that. Man, if I could go back into this here, that would be huge. Okay, we're gonna call this. I think we're actually calling shadows at this point. Nice. I can't tell you how much I've been able to play around that. It's crazy. This is destroy a creature and purge a random card from your opponent's hand. So I have to destroy a creature. That just sucks. And what did we purge? Cover fire. Nice. Discard Bandit Culver and Outflank. Okay, now we are going to do a Fate. Let's do this one. And now we need to get some mutants on the board. It's probably not going to happen, but that's okay. There's Miasma. There's an Evasive Maneuvers. Okay, and we got Treaty Action as your last again. I think we actually go Logos here. Maybe try to archive the Eye for an Eye. Oh my gosh. Can't believe how lucky I'm getting with those. Okay, we're going to Reap. Sure. Him on the left. We'll Code Monkey these two. This guy. We'll Poise Strike in hand. And then we'll go ahead and Kill off the code monkey. And we'll do, yeah, we'll do this one. Do this one with the Poise Strike. So that way we know it's triggering only after they've played 2. We've made Amber though, which they can steal. But I think we actually have a decent... Ah, they discard my archives. How rude. Unbelievable. That's okay, we're gonna archive it. Oops, maybe. Let's go Shadows. Strug, lose 2. Oh no. Dark Minion. So we want to reap first. Draw nothing. I don't want Scorpion in my hand. Reap, and then we will archive 2. It's too late to purge. And then for a fate, we're just gonna get rid of. I don't really like putting that as a fate actually. The play effect is pretty good, especially in a deck that doesn't have much creature control or amber control. Okay, so they get the key. We probably get hoodwinked for 1 billion amber here. Hopefully we have an okay follow-up. Yeah, I mean, they've been holding hoodwink for the whole game, so, or most of it. But we tried really hard to randomly discard stuff from their hand and just did not get it, so not much I can do at this point. I probably want to get some mutants on the board, but I don't think doing a redemption turn is really worth it here. The Logos is just way better. I don't know if this is the right call on the archiving. It's just with the house pips, it seems kind of fun. It gives me a lot of flexibility. Try hard might have been better. Strop might have been better. Although nothing they play is going to get readied. Honestly, maybe it was these just to have some amber control. At least one of them. But we do have this for the amber control, especially since we haven't flipped yet. So maybe we archive this with the ZYX. If we have another turn to even play. But there's a good chance he steals 5 amber here. Ooh, to this turn. Strop to deal with the Logos board. Minion. Relativity Imp. Okay, so this stuff doesn't ready. We get a key. All right, I'll take that. We're going to go dis. We're going to call Shadows again. Okay, it's got nothing. We will take our archives into our hand. We're going to do the treat each action as your last 2. So I think we'll banish the imp first. And then do the grave bounty. And we'll trigger this before the grave bounty. Stun each friendly creature with amber on. That's fine. We're gonna purge. Let's get a brass Klein. We lose 2. Now we play this to archive it. Destroy this, purge a card from hand. Still not the Shadows card we're looking for. But we just gotta force it out at this point. I should have put a Prophecy under. Am I just going crazy? Like, they have Hoodwink. Yeah, there it is. Ooh. Do they play it? They have to. They get my archives. Oh, he plays top of deck. Could have done my archives there. Interesting. Mm. Discard the Remy's Horror. Do we want to cycle at this point? We basically need to find our logos. And we're still just gonna hold on to this dream that we can actually randomly discard this Hoodwink before it goes off, but I've tried real hard up to now, and it just hasn't happened. Yeah, here it comes. Yeah. Such a dumb card. And he's got the miasma too. Yeah. Pretty crazy. Parallel thinking doesn't save us here. We could draw a second one. Um, we didn't get the second one, but we can. Steal two there at least. Dang. Can't believe that. I did so many random discards and purges. Didn't feel as bad as I expected, though. I definitely thought like, he probably could have played that Hoodwink like 3 times in that game with how slow we were going. Ooh, a lot of people playing now. Oh, hey. Did you say, is that my deck's theme? Welcome in, Dinobot. The discarding. Um, let's go to it. It's an interesting deck. I mean, so it's got the 2 parallel thinkings. It's got 6 house pips. That's one of the big things with this deck, which means it can get really cool. It can do some really cool stuff between the logos and dis. It's got a decent amount of disruption. So we've got Try Hard. Let's see, Eye for an Eye. We actually got to reap with Eye for an Eye at least once that game for discarding. Remy's Horror, I think we played twice. Let's see, what was the other one? Well, maybe that was most of it, but I don't know. I feel like we tried pretty hard to get rid of that card and just didn't quite happen. So, oh yeah, we forgive or forget some stuff too. That's okay. Still a fun one. I don't think it's quite as competitive as I would like, but none of my name decks ever have been. So, um, I think maybe we'll do one or two more games with that just to kind of give it a good run before we move on. I do have a deck that I started to open here and didn't actually look at any of the cards in it, so I might finish opening that and then play it. Or we could just lose in literally 2 minutes. We'll keep this hand. Try hard turn 2 doesn't look too bad. I do not love how these get bumped up there if your opponent doesn't have them. Oh, there we go. TCO has been kind of weird. We'll go ahead and go redemption here. Do we? Sure. Get some cards moving. Does that actually help them or hurt them? That might actually help me if I make them. I might make them haunted. They're going to discard so many cards, though. We'll go ahead and do opponent's deck. Don't get the steal. That's fine. Okay. Ew. Actually, no, this is a fine disc turn, I think. So we can play a lot before we get to this, which means we won't have to discard anything. Oh dear. We discarded like one card off of the knockback. Awesome. That's okay. We at least get to kill this stuff. Play this guy. Play this for Mars. I think we just gift these two. I'd like to do the try hard, but I really don't want to discard any of this, so. There we go. Reclaim by Nature and Witch of the Spore. Not the hits we were looking for. Gotta say. I think my luck is just... If this is a set that is really based on luck of hitting stuff from your opponent or your opponent's hand, could be a problem for me. All right, they're at check. Problem is, Forgive or Forget does not combo with Parallel Thinking the way that you would hope. We're going to just do the Logos turn anyways here. We'll go ahead and hit theirs again. 1 and 1, bummer. We're gonna, let's see. Might actually be better to purge stuff here. 2 key abductions. I don't know that they have a way to really like set up for it though. They don't have. I think we're gonna purge those still because they've got that Nepenthe Seed coming. Let's get this guy and this guy. Yeah, we're just gonna take out some Mars stuff. No reason to let that get out of hand. I forgot to put a prophecy. This is, oh, it's so hard to remember. Killing me. Man. Like, there's no reason to keep something like this in my hand. Discards Till the Earth, plays a Dust Pixie. Okay. I think we'll go Logos here. This guy on the left. We'll go ahead and kill my own Tryhard, get it in the discard. We'll reap here. Don't draw into anything. We'll go ahead and do this one for Voice Strike. Would have been nice to get to check there, I think. But again, this deck. It's got some okay stuff. I am learning as far as the synergies. I'm learning how the timing of them works is really awkward. So like treat each action as your last. I have one where it's purge the top 2 cards of your discard pile as the fate effect. And so you would think with treat each action as your last, the way that would work is your opponent plays 2 actions and then you purge those 2 actions. But when this fulfills, when the fate actually happens, the second action has not finished fulfilling to the point of getting into the discard. Which is really weird. It's correct, but it makes it super funky to actually do what you think you're doing. And so I'm still learning a lot about that. There's some fine stuff like Brass Klein under like look how far you've come, or some different things like, you know, you can kind of slow down creatures. Like this is fine. These guys aren't readying, so we get to do some stuff. This one will probably be fine because we get to destroy some stuff with our mutants. But our game plan. What happened to all of our amber? Oh, it's all captured. Okay. Maybe we just keep going logos here. I can fight stuff off if I want. He won't ready, but it's on the right. We will take the infinity strop. Thank you very much. Go ahead and reap. Can't actually kill that stuff. That's okay. We'll just fight here. And then go ahead and do Brass Klein under one of these. I think this deck also has some weird stuff about just like it wants to have me. So Redemption as a house, I'm really struggling with. So much of their stuff requires you to have creatures like your Redemption creatures on the board, and like they're just not a house you want to call most of the time because they don't do much from hand. So getting a big board of them is just difficult. Where did that guy come from? Did I not kill that? Oh, that guy's only 2 power. I always think this guy has 3 power because he deals 3 damage on play, and it drives me nuts that he doesn't. So like here, like we don't have any play effects that like capture anything, so we're just kind of dead in the water. It just really doesn't feel good. We're gonna do mine. We get genetic strain, awesome. So there's all of my capture that I would have loved to have. We're gonna get to kill some creatures here. Oops. But I don't know. This set is it's interesting. I'm not sure how I feel about it yet. Honestly, like average games and decks feel like AOA. You have a lot of cards or even just houses that only do like one thing, like Logos, Amber Control, and Logos is very, very limited. It can do a lot of like efficiency stuff, but it's like, what are you actually drawing into, especially if you don't have house cheating? Redemption seems very hit or miss. If you have the payoff cards, they can be really good. If you don't have the payoff cards for like mutants on the board, they feel miserable. Like they feel like AOA Sanctum at best. Like they don't have Amber Control very much. They don't do much creature control. They just kind of feel like a bunch of 4-power dudes with no play effects. This can be really fun. They can do a lot of cool like efficiency or disruption stuff and everything. Okay, so they're just gonna beat us by just playing cards. So we'll go ahead and go this here. We can't do any more prophecies. Actually, could just go back into these guys maybe. This gets us more. No, I think it is redemption here. Do let them play some creatures, and they'll actually lose a decent amount of creatures now. Except this guy isn't even a mutant. Oh wait, no, this guy isn't a mutant. So when this guy triggers, he's not even gonna see this guy. So they're only gonna destroy 2 creatures, which is pretty easy choice here. I don't know. It's weird. There's a lot to learn. I think there's a lot for me to get used to, so I shouldn't like say it's bad or anything here. Okay, they do get to tax me here. They do get to open the seal. And our only amber control is parallel thinking, so I guess we just lose. Yeah, they dependency to open the seal. Awesome. Yep. But this is more of just like, I just think this isn't a great deck. It's not competitive at the level that people are playing, especially if they're practicing for Vault Tours right now and stuff. So we'll try a different one. We started catching up there, but again, like this is one of the things with this set too. There's a lot of stuff that's dependent on your opponent playing creatures. The amber control can be, and a lot of these fates. And like they played some creatures, but GR can just win without playing creatures. Like we've seen that so much. And I think this set will just kind of maybe struggle with that side of it. Like you have the treat each action as your last, but if you don't have that, or like if you don't have good payoffs for that at the right time, can be kind of in trouble. All right. I think we'll try this one. So this is opened this last night. This is one of the holographic ones. So I actually have a holographic Infernal Terran. I should actually grab that because it looks pretty sick. Not that it'll come through well in the camera, but we'll try. Which is really cool to have a holographic one when there's also two of them in the deck. We'll see if this comes through. Nice and shiny. There we go in the light. Pretty cool. I'm excited about that. Like any of the holographics could be cool, but Infernal Terran is a really cool card. Like I like it. It's fun to try and really abuse and stuff. So see how this goes. I think this deck maybe doesn't have the best prophecies. Go Forth is kind of funky. Stars Aligned is actually, it sounds pretty easy. I think it's easy early game, but as the game goes on, a lot of times one person just ends up having a bigger board than the other, and it's really hard to equalize that. If they have less amber than you in their pool, that's really tough because everyone's gaining amber on their turns, and then treaty extraction isn't too bad. Oh, I gotta actually import correctly. So we've got Go Forth and Conquer has Stars Aligned on it. I'm just gonna double check that because I don't want to get in trouble. Go Forth and Conquer and Stars Aligned. Okay. Ah, we just played them. Let's make a new lobby. If they want to join, that's fine, but I know people like a variety, especially if they don't feel like I'm bringing the competitiveness they want for testing their Vault Tour decks. Which is tough, especially since PV isn't going to be legal for at least Portland. We'll see if it's legal after that. The next one. This deck's got some interesting stuff. It's got Bufo. I guess we can look while we're waiting. I just need to watch. I have done some Prince Bufo keys. I think I've actually forged 2 keys with Prince Bufo now. Not all with this deck. It's got a lot of artifact control, which this set doesn't have that many artifacts. So it like in sealed, that can feel really bad. But I think against other sets, it'll feel better. Like in that last one, if I was able to like borrow that the pen seed or whatever, be good. But again, the double Infernal Terran, decent amount of pips in here. So if you're just discarding those for the steal, that's a lot of stealing. And then the Shadows has a decent amount of stealing here too. One Last Job. We've got the Hoodwink. It's probably going to be a little bit low on the creature control. We do have the Infinity Strop. Scorpions can do some stuff. There's a few damage pips. But that's probably where we're going to be the most in trouble unless we can make some really big dudes with the Untamed, which we can because we have, where is he? Oh, this one doesn't have it. Does it? I thought it did. Oh, we've got two Bufos. I thought this one had the Mycelium that just gets insanely large, especially with the Chonk Evermores. Have you gotten to play this set at all yet, Dino, or waiting for the retail release? Trying to think what the other one I want. I think Inez is another one we'll try. It's got double rage reset, which is actually like I'm sure if you draw at the right time it can be really good, but it was actually really hard to get this to do what I wanted to in this deck because like what you want with this is a prophecy that triggers at the start of turn. But if it's anything else during the turn, as soon as they've played like one card, rage reset does way less damage. Because it's half the cards rounded down. So as soon as they played like one or two cards, they're only discarding two instead of the three, which can still be good. But I found it started feeling a lot worse if you don't have a way to trigger it at the beginning of their turn. 11. What do we got here? This logo shadows. I think this is going to be very common. They do have the rage reset. Triple traumatic echoes. Annihilation ritual. Oh yeah, that's woof. Yeah, this could be rough. I think we've got some. It'll be some back and forth for sure. Actually don't mind just getting a nice untamed board down. Hoodwink and cover fire though in the same hand is not good though. So I think we need a mulligan that. Okay, and we'll just have all of the dis, I guess, as it goes. We're gonna hold traumatic echoes though. Probably. See if we can draw a fake card. I don't know. This deck might not have as many fake cards in it. Low Shadow seems to have a decent amount. And we've got the Bufos. But yeah, I guess Chonks do. Oh, awesome. We're going to just do that right away. Played an Archon's Call. Okie dokie. We'll go ahead and go this here. Let's get this out of the way. Archive the bottom card of their deck. Okay. I think we're going to go ahead and just purge Poltergeist here and keep them from playing actions on their next turn. So we don't want to put Treaty's action as your last. Really want to prophesy any of these either. They actually should have less amber than us. So it's all about moving the cards right now. If they're only playing creatures or artifacts, which artifacts are fine, except we'd have a borrow off because we both have the borrows. Okay. Maybe do this one under stars aligned. We'll see. We have some interesting options here. They have 3 traumatic echoes. We're gonna get controlled so much this game. Oi. But we have a pretty solid start with the dis here, so I can't complain too much. We can probably kill most of the creatures they put down. I don't think we have a way of getting power. There might not actually be any power counters in this deck. I am very fine with them playing that. It gives us a chance for some disruption. I think this is a really tricky card to play well. Play Prophecy when we fight. I think that's fine. So we could just go untamed and discard this. I kind of want them to play one more creature, but the fact that they did a prophecy most likely, yeah, means they're not. They don't have any amber, so the disc turn here really doesn't make too much sense. We can just kill their stuff with evasive maneuvers. Oh, but we want to kill this on a disc turn. Shoot. I think we actually have a cool turn here. So we're going to reap, kill that, and then reap, kill that to return that to my hand and get an extra draw. Ooh, and we got a Merkins. Let's just see what gets archived. Ah, Bloodshard Imp. That's not what we wanted. And they don't have any embers. So I think we actually just hold this stuff for now. Do we want to do a fate? Yes, let's do. Evasive. Oh, one last job is not good to see right now. So we'll see how much amber they can generate here. This might have been a terrible play. I probably should have put it under Stars Aligned. No, never mind. I should not have played that Life Ward. I can't play creatures. That's it. Okay, so we don't kill anything, but we do get to borrow this. I think we do it on Untamed turn. So we can't play creatures. We'll discard this, and then steal that. I think we're gonna take this opportunity to just purge that Life Ward. So we get it automatically. Yeah, then we purge Life Ward and Traumatic Echoes. Second Archon's callback. Crazy. Okay. Shadows. We'll just go Untamed here, I think. We'll hold this until we need it. Yeah. We put this guy under that fate to try and control it a little bit. I don't know if they have too many more artifacts, but we can at least get them discarded later. This might be a discard Infernal Terran play rather than play him, but we'll see. Honestly, maybe don't mind just Warf aligning them next turn too. Let's see what other artifacts there are. I don't know what OU shouldn't have is they maybe do not have any more artifacts. So we should just, actually that probably means it's perfect for just tossing it to Infernal Terran. I don't love losing the one last job, but we've got enough other Shadows Steel. And then this turn we get to clear this Logos board too. Yeah. Ooh, finishing blow with a Logos Pip is not bad. Oh, that's the, welcome Yutani. Oh, you shouldn't have is the Fate gain 3. Okay, well, we're probably going to give them 3 Amber then. But we're going to get to steal some. So we'll go dis here. Do we want to put any prophecies? We don't have any prophecies. I'll go ahead and steal 2. Can we get to check here and then Bufo? Oh, I really should have not put this guy under there. Dang it. That's the problem. This is about the only one that is like start of turn that really gives me a good chance of like forcing a Bufo. So I probably shouldn't have done that. But playing creature cards, okay. Carrying worm. How many untamed do we have? We do get to check here actually, so let's do. I mean, there's a chance this one gets us there with Bufo. Discard this. Oops. I'll load on for check. I don't love shuffling all that untamed back in, but again, we're putting the pressure on here, so. Oh, okay. And then Stars Aligned is now open, so if we find our second Bufo, we're good to go. They're gonna Merc into Warfaline. I am fine if they hit me. We get some good ammo for one last job. I think they... Oh, they probably hit themselves. Dramatic Echoes and Miasma. This is one of the best hits they could have gotten, though. Now I'm glad I reshuffled my Untamed. Yeah, they go for their own. That's fair. Second Mergans. For a Fog Murmuk. Still haven't played any actions, so we're not getting our Bufo. Yeah, and they miasmed us. So, gosh, the shadows in this set is just filthy. They only have 2 amber though, so it's like I don't really want to do a whole lot here. But we want to get some amber, so we'll go ahead and play Bandit. After you discard a Shadows card, if it's the first time you've discarded a Shadows card this turn, steal 1. Honestly, we probably just do it with this one, right? Steal 1, and then it feels dumb to just not do the fate effect on this, but we're going to throw that there. And then I don't they might actually fight. Yeah. So we're definitely not doing Stars Aligned anytime soon now. Yeah, see, this is just filthy. What a dumb card. I mean, that's all my turn will be this turn, if that's where we go. But they got to gain Amber for that to actually work. Yeah, I don't know about this set. There's a weird combination of just like cards that literally feel like they do nothing and cards that just win the game on play. Yes! Bufo Key! I love it. Tell me what key color I got. Bufo is not filthy. I think Bufo is awesome. I think it is exactly how it should be. It's not always easy to get. Let's see if they're gonna fight. Yeah. There goes the Chasm Vespid doing his thing. That's so dumb. It doesn't matter because they only have 4, so we'll go ahead and I can't force that one. Sure. Chunk under there. steal 4 for some reason. Okay, this deck. This deck feels a little bit better than the last one. I think it might still struggle with creature control. We got a little bit lucky there. Carrion Worm, Traumatic. They also kept Traumatic Echoing creatures. And I think if they had Traumatic Echoed actions like any of the turns that they played that, it would have been a different game. Because the actions in here were definitely doing more, but maybe they know they don't have good creature control. Which is a thing in this set for sure. I think they got some unlucky Merkins hits too. Those are some of the worst things they could have hit from my deck. Fun. All right. Ooh, maybe 1 or 2 more with this deck. It feels pretty solid. I think this is one where like learning when not to put stuff under your prophecies will be really important because you want to leave things like stars aligned open so you can really like plan when you're gonna force a bufo and stuff. Knowing what to do with the shadows. There's almost like too much steal in shadows, and you really need some creature control. Oh, he's back. See if we can do better this time. They got the life ward. We can try to borrow some bigger dudes in redemption, but nothing crazy. You got the Fagin. I don't know if I love this starting hand, but I don't hate it. Yeah, let's just put a big body on the board. Do we have a fate effect? No. So we might just Fog Mermook to get rid of it. Relativity Imp. Oh, that's the one I got to. That's a weird card. It does have the Infernus. It does have Poltergeist, but we're not really doing any artifacts, so. Indignant Tone. Sure. Now we have some options. Like, part of me just doesn't mind at all just discarding the Terran here as our whole turn. Ooh, unless they hit it with a tryhard. That's unfortunate. Okay, so we're getting rid of that unless we play... I mean, we're going to play some creatures here. I'm going to keep the Poltergeist. Just in case. What did they discard? Oh, they didn't discard anything. Sure. We'll go ahead and throw this under there. Ah, of course, we found the borrow right after that. That's all right. I don't want to get one turn where the life ward gets to go, so I think this deck does still want its creatures. They have Amber in the pool equal to or greater than the current key cost. Amber in their pool equal to or greater than the current key cost. Okay, so if I go to 6 or higher, then that triggers. I probably should have done more to try and get this, but exactly what I said right at the beginning. of this match is I should try to keep this open, but it's just so tempting. It's so tempting to try and just have that efficiency of moving cards. Vanish on the Scorpion. Bites the try hard. Uh, what do we do here? Could do some disruption with the dis. And then hold the borrow. Yeah, let's do that. Oh, sorry, wrong mouse. Riku's distracted me. Nope. Okay. We'll Poltergeist. That basically tells them we have borrow, but that's okay. We get a moon cursor on the right. We'll take that. And then let's go ahead and this guy and purge. Want to do creatures? I think creatures could actually hurt them a lot. Let's do creatures. Because that whole redemption house is just a bunch of creatures. I'm not really scared about the actions if they don't have any creatures on the board. We are locking this up again by making them not able to play creatures, but I guess that shadows is a lot of creatures too. Oh, we'll take that. Well, no bufoing, I guess. Do we get to check in this? No, we get to check in Untamed though. A bunch of shadows. I'm gonna say they probably have this. Okay, so there's nothing under there. We can. Do we want to shuffle Bufo back in? Oh, let's just play him. We already got a big board. Let's keep it going. We'll load Dawn, buff Moon Cursor, and Merkins. Ambermancy the Merkins. We definitely are holding borrow now. So they just discard a bunch of shadows. Yeah, we have a second one though, and that's one of the things with this deck is like Bufo's, you're not going to get two of them in a game. So getting the Scorpion proc by having the dis enhance on it is probably better. Okay, so there's some Amber Control. Or just follow the leader. There's an Infernus, so we're not getting the key. That's fine. Damage Pip takes out the Bufo. Gets the one last job. Unfortunate. Are going to finally get our evasive maneuvers, though, which doesn't really matter. Fog Murmook is just going to be there eternally. Could Hoodwink here. Kind of want to just go Dis, though. Get back to check, make him discard a random card. See if we can hit the Hoodwink, since, you know, had so much luck with that so far. What's this Fate? Ooh, that could actually be interesting. Lame. Am I discarding the Belvin for a steal? I think I am at this point. Makes our hoodwink better. Do we put the chasm? No, we just keep playing creatures now. So Riku's not a fan of TCO implementation. I mean, it's just TCO in general is just not a good spectator's sport. Like that's that's part of why I don't I don't stream this as much as I should, because you have to know Keyforge so well to be able to understand what's happening here, and you have to know TCO so well. And like I can sit here and try to explain plays like crazy, but okay, so the predatory lending we could actually do as our shadows one. Now we lost the moon cursor. What killed the moon cursor? I missed that. Gift of Amber. Yeah, bummer. That would have been fun to keep. But I mean, if they don't kill our dis, we can just go back into dis and reap and steal and stuff. Okay, they get rid of the Chasm Vespid. Oblivion Knight, purge the most powerful friendly after fight. Purge. Okay, yeah, we want to kill that one, I think. Take a key. I think we are fine just going back into dis here. We get to do a discard. We get to do a fate. Gosh. I would just love that to not be there. Where's a creature it fights? Am I really scared about that? I don't think I am. I'd rather just get rid of creatures. Reap, we'll go ahead and get rid of. Gosh, we've got so much dumb shadows right now. This guy, reap, and then we'll go ahead and put this under predatory lending under. Argument for killing this guy, but we did get back to check. They can't purge the Terran because it just dies in the fight. They can purge a Scorpion, but I don't really care about that at this point. We've got our second Bufo. This Prophecy will just never be. Yeah, I think that'd be a really nice Dinobot if there was just a, if you have a Prophecy available, to be able to have it prompt you if you want to. But that's also like, we've been learning that while playing in person, that it's not always as simple as just like, I wish I could, or like remembering to put a Prophecy down. So there is something good about it kind of forcing you to have to remember. Can I? I only have one Shadows creature. I have to kill one of their creatures. Right? But I can do some stupid stealing again. We're close though. We can almost get rid of this. And we didn't have any creatures left when this went off, which is unfortunate. Like why is this also in the set with Hoodwink? Like this set, it's just so stupid. We have the Hawk coming, so maybe I just drop the Borrow at this point so we have as few shadows as possible. There's no argument for, well, I guess we don't have Amber yet for the Bufo, so we'll wait on the Bufo. Yeah, because now we have Hoodwink to steal 4. And you can still reap. Like, why isn't this Alpha and Omega? I can play this, reap here, and put this under a Prophecy. Now they play an artifact. Okay, don't have any archives. All right, well, I guess we're going shadows for this stupid card. And then I think we could just do this one. I would be shocked if he gets to 9 amber this turn. Ooh, wants a rematch. Part of me would not mind just discarding all of this to the Terran. I think I'm gonna mulligan. Maybe should have played a Fate there. I'm gonna try and be more careful with Fates this game though. Try and not get in that situation we were just in. Now that I say that though, I think this is the one I don't. Well, it's fine. We'll just try it this way. Yeah, Swindle, right? Like, Swindle just sounds insanely bad compared to Hoodwink. Okay, they've got their shadow stuff going now. We do have Infinity Strop, but that's kind of a sad turn. Might be worth it. And then we can do a... Have any way of using this? Not really. Untamed, I don't really want to fight here. Yeah, we'll just do... Can I leave it one turn? Do they have... I don't know that they have a... They do have a Predatory. It's not under there yet, though. Let's do one more Untamed turn. I don't really care to get that back. First a bunch. Now we'll go ahead and put something under just to get rid of it. Maybe a mistake. If he plays the life ward here, we could be in trouble. This is... I wonder if that card is worth holding in this deck. I got 5 Shadows creatures. Okay, so there's a steal off of Bandit Culver. There's a Prophecy, which I'm just going to assume is whatever that dumb steal one is. Which means I think we're giving up this key, unfortunately. I was trying if they have Amber in the pool, we were greater than current key cost. Okay. Get rid of those guys. Do I want to fate this guy? No. Okay, there's a little bit more value for these. Tell no tales for the Untamed, that's fair. Oh, buddy. Poltergeist. Okay, so my Hawk goes. Some Furnace. Urging. Some Pips. So we steal a good amount here. Right, play this guy, last job, and then let's put this. Wish I could kill one of these. Oh. No, it doesn't matter because I just purged my Shadows creatures. I forgot how that works. Okay, so there is some anti-synergy there. Good to know. Oh, why didn't I put it under hardware if they fight? That was dumb. Okay, so we're losing some amber. Terran actually not doing as much here. Let's see. What do they have left for actions? I think we hit creatures with the echoes here. Could just play Untamed. I think this I might as well do. Oh, except I give this back to them. Yeah, let's maybe not do that. Yet. I'm gonna say Redemption. Okay, so try hard coming. Shoot, should have done a different house. So that's the other thing too that is actually interesting about this set is the things that happen after you've chosen a house. Like right at that step, there's so many interesting things that happen at that step, which I like. I think it it's very painful sometimes, but it makes for some really cool stuff you can do to kind of affect your opponent's turn. So I guess they don't have try hard this turn. It'll be next turn that they'll have the try hard, so we can get this stuff out before that. I still don't have a way of killing this, unfortunately. And that's definitely not going to do it. This might be doable on this disc turn. See if he plays more creatures. That could actually be better than double dooming and banishing. And it's redemption, so redemption could actually play a lot of creatures here too. Damage destroys that creature and each of its neighbors. Oh, or they just one stood against many, and we're right back to where we were. Discard the Low Dawn. Darn it. Okay. Oh. What was the card though? Why did that die? Maybe that was just the last fight that I missed. Okay. So we can actually have this proc, so that just dies. So we'll do this. Terran for the banish. Traumatic echoes, deal damage, and they do have hoodwink still, so I think it's going to be actions. Now this is a guaranteed hit. Kill the Infernus. Okay, and we got the Bufo. Might still be difficult to get the check here. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, no, we have it. Just depends on how many creatures they play to see if we can get the stars aligned. Ooh, I need to be careful with that too, though, because when I play second Terran, if this guy survives. If this guy doesn't survive, then the turn looks a lot different. Well, we don't get to check. It's basically what the turn looks like. They can't play actions this turn, so they should just be playing creatures and maybe a Life Ward. There's no way he plays Life Ward. We have way too much artifact control. Because we still have these and the Poltergeist left. I think the hope is now to have Hoodwink for after he plays his. Guess he wants to play the Life Ward. Ooh. Plays the Tryhard, does get the Terran, but does not get the Poltergeist. Bouncing that back to them doesn't feel great, but he also can't play creatures next turn, so didn't lose the Bufo either. Crazy. Let's see. I'm gonna say Shadows. Oh, I guess I have a Fallen Sovereign. Okay. Poltergeist to the Life Ward. I'm not getting to check here either way, so I think I actually just discard the Double Doom. Does he want to? Oh, no. I discard the Cover Fire. Steal one, Double Doom, and then I think we do this one now. Because we know the deck can burst, especially after a Hoodwink turn. Might have been a mistake, but we drew our second Bufo, so we at least have that as a fallback. No pips in hand, though, so we might have to get lucky. Did they do any archiving? If I'd have banished something, they would have. We discarded the Tryhard off of the Double Doom, by the way, which is honestly not what I wanted to hit because we had the Life Ward anyways. This could just be a Hoodwinked, yeah. In which case, yeah. We can Hoodwinked back for 3. We're still not getting to check. Do I play this or put this guy under? They don't have any creatures, so. Let's do the Merkin's effect first. Top of deck. Okay. It's still not in check, so we're not going to put the Bufo under. I guess I could have just for like security, but I also don't think doesn't kill anything with the Gift of Amber. Does he have another board clear? Can't play action cards, that's fine. Because I can still steal with the Terran. Unless this ask again later is really bad. I think it's gotta be redemption at this point. Oh, wait. Oops. Yeah, we would have stopped the key with the Terran. Yeah, so I wanted to guess redemption for this prophecy, but I was picking my house choice first, which I had this one, which is not going to always happen, but it's interesting. I wonder if Riku wants to. Wait, when I kind of want to finish opening this deck that I started opening too. I don't have my camera set up for doing deck opening right now, so maybe I'll leave that for another time. Interesting. All right, this one's how much archive hate? Uh, but like this card, Traumatic Echo at common for Dis is crazy. Like, what if you had Life Ward without having to worry about like it sitting on the board for a turn before you get the effect? A few news. I wonder what that's about. It's final refrain stuff, maybe. All right. I think that might be it for tonight. I've got some other ones we want to test out. The first deck I opened actually is, I think it was this one. This one looks pretty fun. And this one is one of the interesting ones where like there's what it probably is good at, and there's what I want to do. What I want to do is play Punctuate Equilibrium and Invigorating Showers until I'm just playing 12 Untamed cards every turn. What it should do is use the Untamed to make sure you're going back into either Sanctum or Logos a lot. But we'll see. We'll see how that one goes. I don't know if I've got too much else that's super interesting. The guaranteed, where are you? Oh, this one was actually, this is one of the ones I opened on my opening stream that looked like it should do a lot with Vault of Redemption, Purifier, and then it's got the Redeem the Crucible and stuff. But man, it just did so little in my game, my one game I played. So I'll have to try that one a couple more times to maybe see. Oh yeah, my guaranteed. What is it? It's not a Revenant. It's a Anomaly. It's Triok. Deck is a lot of creatures, so Triok kind of makes sense, but also like you can only save one creature at a time. And if it's not himself, then you're only doing that one turn. Oh, I forgot about this one. Should probably try this one too. This is an interesting one with a house pipped into Redemption Skippy, which is funny because he's one of the only mutants in the set that is not in Redemption. And so in this deck, he's in Redemption anyways. So that's fun. But thanks for hanging out. Anyone who's still here, Mitani, Denobot. Yeah, we'll see if we do some more of these now that we're kind of exploring the new set, especially once it becomes legal for Vault Tours and stuff. We'll want to be practicing for that, whether we're playing or not, because hoping I'm going to Vegas. So I got to be ready for that. So might do a lot more just practice streams now that I actually have light and can do this when it's nighttime, because before they would just be like, even with the overhead light is on right now, and this is what it looks like with the overhead light. It's awful. It's such a bad light. I guess it's coming on a little bit more, but still, you lose the quality. Not that my face is that good of quality anyways, but anyways, that's it for tonight. Thanks for hanging out. We'll see you all next time on Phlox'em. Take care.